Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Harmony One, whose current price stands at the $0.02152 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 1.61%. And in this video I want to give the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's. So if you're interested in such content, make sure that you stick around till the end of the video. I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. From the all-time high, Harmony One has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC correction, which has taken us to around the $0.016 mark, and from that point we have been seeing higher prices to the upper side, a bit of a recovery. And I believe Harmony One has done whatever it needed to do in its ABC correction, and soon we might see this pump to the upper side, having a wave 5 of that Elliot wave, taking us back to an all-time high. If I jump to the 4-hour chart, here on the 4-hour chart you can see that since we touched that key area of support down here at around the $0.16 mark, we have been seeing higher prices to the upper side, and in that move to the upper side is a retracement of this wave to the lower side, and we had been trading within this channel down here, and at some point we broke out of that channel to the upper side, and we have broken even above key areas of resistance at around the $0.19 mark and the $0.22 mark, and made a high at around the $0.025 mark, which I expected to happen basing it on the Fibonacci's. So if I apply the fibs here, you can see that this wave to the lower side needed to make a retracement to the upper side, and the minimum that I expected it to do is the fib level 0.38 and the fib level 0.618, and we went to that area up there and then started seeing a movement to the lower side in a pullback. And in that pullback to the lower side, I also expected this retracement to go to the area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618. If I apply the fibs once more, you can see that that retracement of this wave to the lower side touched that key area on the Fibonacci, and we broke to the lower side a little bit and touched a key area of support at around the $0.19 mark, and from there we started seeing higher prices in this movement that we are in at the moment. Before I get into the key scenarios that I expect to play out, I want to show you a pattern that was in formation right here, but we are now invalidating it. So the price was coming from the lower side very impulsively and made that move right there. We pushed above that key area of resistance, continued pushing higher, made that high, then started seeing a pullback to the lower side, touched that key area of support down here, and right here I expected us to have the formation of the right shoulder of this head and shoulders pattern. So but at the moment you can see that we are continuing pushing to the upper side. That means this pattern has now been invalidated, because for it to be complete I expected us to continue pushing to the lower side. So I expected us to maybe lose that key area of support at around the $0.19 mark, but you can see that has not happened, and we have continued pushing to the upper side, and expected this pattern to break to the lower side, and that could have taken us to around the $0.16 mark once more. But we can now forget about that. We can now forget about that pattern because it has been invalidated, and now start thinking of another scenario. And the very first one that I expect to play out here is that we can continue pushing to the upper side, and once that happens we need to break above this key area of resistance at around the $0.02205 mark, and once that happens I expect a retest, and once we see a retest we can then continue pushing to the upper side, and once we break above this high that we made right here, it will be possible for us to continue unlocking even higher prices. And the minimum that I expect that breakout to do to the upper side, I'll be placing a target on this chart using the trend-based Fibonacci. So if I apply the trend-based Fibonacci to that high and then putting the fibs to that low, So the minimum that I'd expect that wave to the upper side to take us is the area at around the $0.03 mark, because we'll be facing an area of resistance at around the $0.03 mark, and once we break above that, then we can continue pushing to the upper side to around the fib level 1.618, that is at around the $0.0322 mark. And for that move to also play out, I expect higher prices on the Bitcoin chart. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and if it plays out, I'll keep you updated on that move. The other key move that can play out here is that we can try to break above this key area of resistance that we are facing right here. We get rejected and have a massive pullback to the lower side, and the next key area of support that I expect us to find support is at around the $0.019 mark, and if we lose that key area of support, then we could go to around the $0.017 mark. So those are the key scenarios that I expect to play out here on the Harmony 1 chart. And if I also take a look at the indicators, on the indicators you can see that we are trading at around the 57 mark, and that would mean it's possible that we have room for us to continue pushing to the upper side if we break above that key area of resistance. And if we get rejected, we also have room for us to have that pullback to the lower side. So those two moves will be accommodated here on the RSI. On the MACD we printed a bullish cross, and you can see that we are continuing to see an increase in volume here on the MACD, and that would mean it's possible that we might have that breakout above that key area of resistance. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated on any movements on this chart.